Hello and welcome to Shop Talk with Dan the Man. In today's video we're going to talk about tool storage. What are some storage options that you have for your shop? What storage options do I have in my shop? And what are best for you? So let's jump into that now without further ado. Hello, if you're new to this channel, my name is Dan Shannon. I enjoy woodworking as a hobby and being out in the shop. On this channel, dive deep into my shop as we explore tools and tool reviews, as well as chatting about everything related to woodworking. If this grabs you by the tool belt, please subscribe to my channel if you want more videos like this. Hello and welcome to Shop Talk with Dan the Man. If you're new here, thanks for joining us. If you're returning, thanks for coming back. So in today's video, I just wanted to jump into some tool storage options. Now, I did have a video on shelving. So as you can see in behind me, we have some shelving units to store your corded or cordless power tools. And just to get them out of the way, if you need them, you just have them on your shelf, you just grab them and go to town. So that is one storage option when you're not using your tool is shelving. But in today's video, I just want to talk more about bags. We get into toolboxes, bigger cabinet devices to store tools. And this is my go bag, so anytime I'm doing a project off-site, I usually have this bag to store my tools. I got my recip in here today, and I got some screwdrivers, different things I might need, some wire cutters. I was doing some electrical and plumbing, so I needed some screwdrivers and different things, new clamps, and then of course the recip to cut anything that I needed to cut. So this bag I use quite often. But it's not a bag that I would use full time, and it's not even a bag I keep my tools stored in. I want something more permanent, something that's more useful, because once you get all your tools on the inside, you can see it's a bit of a mess. So you're kind of roaming around for different tools. But it's great when you're out because it holds a lot and it's very convenient. It has an arm strap, so you can put it around your arm, up over your shoulder, and you know, go to your job site. So it's great. It has its own usefulness, but when it comes to in your shop, being in here full time, it's not all that useful. It's more convenient for like I said, outside the shop. So let's jump into my option here in the shop. I used to have a toolbox dedicated. It was an old one. It was plastic. Wasn't the greatest quality, but it was a Mastercraft. Had it for about 8 years, I want to say. And then it just kind of gave up the ghost, like the handle broke off. The tray system, there's these snap drawers, they snapped off after a while. You know, it was good for the time, and I kept all my smaller tools in it, but as time went on, it just couldn't handle the overall life that I would give to it. So let's jump into my current setup here in the shop and what that looks like. So let's jump into that now. Okay, so here is my current setup for my shop. This is a Craftsman unit. And what I like most about this compared to the tool bag that I had, or even my toolbox that I had previously, the Mastercraft, is this is a permanent structure. It's set up, it's got a drawer system in there, so it's very convenient when you're in the shop. And a lot of times if you're working on a project, I work on motors a little bit, lawnmowers and snow blowers and different things on the side, and it's great to have all your tools in here. And you notice on the bottom one, these are my, this is my socket drawer, so I got all my ratchets and sockets down here at the bottom. So I always know if I need a socket for anything. I do have that Stanley kit that's by itself, but there's just some free lying sockets in this drawer, and I store my staple gun down here too. But as I go up further, I have more of my hand tools. So I got chisels, an E-swing claw, and some needle nose pliers. I even got some RIDGID drill bits, some more bits, and you know, this kind of stores a lot of my more hand tools, vice grips, etc. And then as we go to the next drawer, this is where all my screwdrivers are. So these are the Mastercraft. I usually wait till there's a sale on at Cane Tire, or I guess in your case, whatever store you go to. I usually wait for closer to Christmas time. They have like up to 80% off a lot of their screwdrivers, so what a great time to buy like a 60-piece set. Comes with all the screwdrivers. So this is my screwdriver drawer. You know, a lot of my stuff is packed in my go bag right now. And then of course all these top drawers are custom, so depending on what you got going on, you could use one for electrical. This one here is my tape drawer, so I got like painter's tape, you know, pencils, kind of a hodgepodge if you will, but I know this drawer and what's in it. And then your next drawer, I got different things, blade for scraping. I got some screws in here, easy tap screws. I got a speed out kit, you know, for taking out screws that are damaged, you know, that kind of thing. And then this drawer here, I got some hangers that I want to install around the shop just to make stuff a little bit more organized. You know, sort of thing. So, and then this one, glue sticks, hinges, staples, you know, various things. I got my rasps in this drawer, so if I need anything done on a project that requires a rasp, I can just go into this drawer and grab that. So you get the idea. You can customize this storage unit. It's a fixed unit, so it's in my shop. You can get full length cabinets to go from here to the floor. One's on casters, so you can unclip the wheels, move them all around your shop, and then put them back and snap them in place. So those ones are super nice. This shop, you've seen the full size of it. It's not very big, so I kind of have to be very picky with my storage options. And this was actually a friend of mine's from work. I got it for like 40 bucks. They usually cost, you know, I've seen them up to a couple $100, you know, and then of course your bigger units get into the several thousand, you know, at cost. But yeah, this is a great setup. There's a lock here, so you can lock this whole thing. There's a rod that actually goes in the back and slides down, so if you're in a shop that you're sharing with other people and you don't want your tools people having access, you can use the key and lock the entire thing. So that's really cool. But for me, I'm the only one out here, and I got a lock on my main door, so I just use that instead of using the lock. But that is a great feature. But yeah, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. This is my setup. It took me a little bit, like I said, quite a few years to find one of these units, and when I did, it doesn't hurt to get a used one. This one's used, as long as the drawers are still in their tracks on the side and there's no weirdness with the tracks. Make sure you test all the drawers out. Make sure the tracks pull out and retract very well. If you're looking at a used one, put it through its paces and make sure physically everything's in full use. And then when it comes to your setup. Maybe leave some comments below what you have. Do you have like just a regular toolbox where you have a tray system and you just pull that apart and use that as you need and put it away? And in a woodworking shop, a lot of times these tools might not be touched, screwdrivers, vice grips, but you know, it's important to have it. I've done a lot of woodworking, but I've also done a lot of inside the house, electrical, plumbing, different things of that nature. It doesn't really matter your setup. You might be like I was originally with the toolbox, and that's fine. But as you get more involved in your shop and want a more convenient layout, pick one of these up for your shop so you can organize everything. And a lot of times when it comes to woodworking, that's its own thing, but everyone needs a set of screwdrivers, wrenches, socket set, you know, etc. for different repairs you might make on your own home, whether it's inside or maybe even a kid's toy. You need to access the batteries to swap them out. That takes a screwdriver. So there's always going to be a need for these smaller tools in a shop. So let's jump into some final thoughts. Okay, so the final thoughts of today's video is basically it doesn't really matter what you have for storage as long as it works for you. So whether that is a bigger unit, whether that's a toolbox, whether that's a go bag like I showed at the first of the video, it doesn't really matter what you have access to as long as it works for you in your shop. And of course there's different levels of quality, different brands that do these cabinets. Husky makes one that's really nice. Like I said, bigger models, floor units, cabinets with casters on them you can wheel around. Sky's the limit when it comes to tool storage. So whatever works for your shop, leave some comments below. I'd love to know what you have for a setup in your shop, what you find works for your day-to-day, whether it's a cabinet like this or a toolbox. Would be great to talk about and just chat different ideas. Maybe there's something you thought of that I didn't mention or that works really well for your shop, so I'd love to hear that. Don't forget, if you haven't already and you'll be part of the Shop Talk family, please click on that subscribe link below and we'd love to have you on board. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up on this video, a like, and as always I appreciate your views, and like I said, if you have a comment, just leave one below, and yeah, have yourself a great day and we'll see you on the next one.